Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm going to try to stay close to my microphone so I get picked up real nice and crispy. Um, what are we talking about today? Today, I wanted to talk about 15 records or albums that I recommend because they are so good. I don't want to use the word perfect because they're not, but they're pretty darn close. If you don't care for every single song, you'll certainly care for the vibe, etc., etc. But what I wanted to talk about first, I'm going to look you in the eye right here. It's hard not to look at my microphone and look here. Anyway, um, a lot of people be viewing. They be stopping by and checking stuff out, which I appreciate. But if you could leave a like, a comment, or subscribe, that'd be pretty dope. We're working hard. This is going to be like the fifth video in a day in a row. I'm going to try to keep on pumping stuff out. On Sunday, we have the baseball draft coming, so that was a huge video for some reason. If you like baseball drafts or you just want to see what we do or like to hear me talk stupid bullshit, it's a good opportunity for that. But please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. We're always doing crazy, different shit. Video games, music, TV. I want to do 10 TV shows I recommend, movies. So check it out, and just hit me that little bell or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Thanks. We got 8 views in an hour on a video today, which was dope. Anyway, so I wanted to kind of do records that I think are pretty on the nose first. That's kind of how I do things here. I feel like it doesn't really like do you a lot of good to be like, hey, here's a record that's been out for 40 years, Then I try to get some more, maybe less known things and stuff like that. Maybe turn you on to something. I also want to have it be pretty varied. This is going to be a part 1, I think, because I just had so many that I saw that were so good. Anyway, number 1 on the list. I went through a huge Eagles phase in like 2016, and whenever the documentary came out, and Hotel California is just it, man. If you watch the documentary, there's no way you don't end up loving this record and loving a bunch of their stuff. But in terms of an album that is just perfect. By the way, this is Hotel California by the Eagles. Note the name. Just every song is a banger except for one, in my opinion. Do we have the track listing here? Yeah, track list. Side A, Hotel California, obviously all time. The New Kid in Town. I hate that fucking. I'm sorry. I hate that fucking song. When I worked at a grocery store for a while, and it played literally every day over and over and over again, and that song fucking sucks. Life in the Fast Lane. It's about driving a car with a Coke dealer at a very high pace. Who doesn't love that? Wasted Time. Excellent. The Wasted Time reprise. It's just about looking back on your relationship and knowing that it actually was about something, It's great. Victim of Love. Originally, I believe Felder wanted to sing on that song, and they told him to basically fuck off. I think he was gone. Oh, he did The Long Road with them, right? And then they came back and they did Hell Freezes Over. And then I don't think he came back after that for the next record, which was whatever the fuck that thing was called. Anyway, Try and Love Again, great song. Pretty Bass all in a row. Joe Walsh on vocals on this one. Just goes to show that you don't need to have a good voice to be able to rock it out. I'll be honest, I do not remember The Last Resort. But all these songs are great, other than New Kid in Town. That could just be a personal taste thing. Shout outs to J.D. Souther on that one, a frequent collaborator. Yeah, all these songs are great. And if you're a fan of the kind of like classic rock, this is really going to do it for you if you haven't listened to the whole thing. Obviously, Hotel California is part of the zeitgeist, but a lot of these songs probably go under the radar. I saw them in concert. They were absolutely fantastic. This was before Glenn Frey passed. Really, really sick shit. You should check it out. And iconic album artwork here. Very 70s. You love to see it. So this is another one that I suggest if you're a big fan of classic rock. Could be annoying to you. Literally every single one of the songs on this record is a hit. However, this is another one that gets played in grocery stores and shit a lot. It's kind of weird how like bands like The Cure and stuff were so like alternative in the 80s, and now they're playing their songs in supermarkets. That's all due to like convergence culture. Basically, money or executives basically try to find ways to make things more popular and make it not alternative in that way so that it can make them money basically. So anyway, that's besides the point. Aside, we're going just on from here. Let's see if we can find the track listing here. Secondhand News, banger. Dreams, Stevie Nicks being like, dude. Lindsey Buckingham, fuck off. You'd love to see that. Never Going Back Again. Another great one. Great guitar work on here. Very short and sweet. Gets to the point. I feel like a lot of these were obviously the Rumors album is about their relationship, but Don't Stop is a hit. Go Your Own Way, probably the best song of the album. Goldust Woman, The Chain, You Make Love and Fun, I Don't Want to Know. All these songs are great. Oh Daddy, not great. At least I don't care about it. Yeah, Catherine McVie is on that one. All the Catherine McVie songs are misses for me, but I think, and I should have done this with the previous record. By the way, I always forget to just say this is Rumors by Fleetwood Mac. I think Never Going Back Again is probably my favorite song on the record, but you can't go wrong with literally these 5, 6, 7, 8, and then Goldust Woman is good too. But Never Going Back Again is probably my favorite song, and then Go Your Own Way, I should say, is the best song on the record. But Dreams is a huge hit. I'm kind of just talking in circles, but this is at all time. I mean, look, it's a 99 out of 100. Almost every song is just a banger. And you guys should look into Fleetwood Mac more. They have like Peter Green. They started out as like a jazz band. It became this huge pop band. Really interesting stuff. Try to keep this short and sweet, this video, but it won't be. So continuing on. This is August and Everything After by the Counting Crows. Produced by T-Bone Burnett. If you see this name, I got to get myself out of here. This name, T-Bone Burnett, on something, it is almost certainly going to be fantastic. Oh brother, where art thou? He did the music to that, Black Rock Candy Mountain, all that horse shit. This fucking guy didn't write it or anything, but he comprised it, I suppose. But yeah, when you see that guy on there, you should be excited. And this is another great record. Entertainment Weekly gave it a D. But it's just absolutely fantastic. It's one of those I kind of got passed down, and I just had like a huge book of CDs. The next couple are the same way. And I just listened to the song on my shitty ass Crosley record player 4-in-1 over and over and over again. One of the first songs I attempted, keyword here being attempted, to learn on guitar was Mr. Jones. That F chord, they don't do a full bar chord. They do the like open ringing F chord in that song to an A minor. And I just suck, so I couldn't do that. Really easy solo. Probably a really easy song in general. I'm just not very good at literally anything. So, but you have Mr. Jones, great song. Omaha, Somewhere in the Middle America, great song. Mr. Jones, I talked about Round Here. Perfect Blue Buildings, a nice sad song. Anna Begins, like a bunch of these songs, Rain King, A Murder of One, are all on their greatest hits record. Other highlights, Raining in Baltimore, another sad song. Sullivan Street, another sad song. Ghost Trade is just okay. But every song on this record is really good. I would say Round Here is my favorite song. Omaha and Mr. Jones might be right next there. If you're looking for some sad songs, Perfect Blue Buildings, Raining in Baltimore, and I think A Murder of One will fit that too. This is taking me back. I'm going to have to listen to this band because it's reminding me of Holiday in Spain and the one about Albert Einstein and Einstein on the Beach. Check those songs out too. Just good pop songs. Pop, alternative rock. I think this was their first record. It was, and I don't think they ever came anywhere close after this. This is just... Long December obviously was another great part of their just discography. I don't know what that was on. Was that on Recovering the Satellites? Angel of the Silence is also a banger. Long December. First record's their best one, but these are some good songs too. Check those out. So I'm cheating as I always do on this. I always say 15 or 10 or whatever, and then I do doubles because I don't think you can talk about the Gin Blossoms without talking about their first two records, kind of side by side. Um, on this record alone, you have "Hey Jealousy," "Found Out About You," "Allison Road." Um, Until I Fall Away, I don't really notice as a huge hit, but I like the song quite a bit. But um, every single song on here just has this amazing pop quality to it, that jangle pop or like 60s pop kind of. I'm trying to think of power pop is the um, accepted nomenclature, but just they have banger, banger, kind of like a sweet song, kind of a sweet song, banger. This one's a little bit, I think it's got an accordion in it, actually. Banger. This is my favorite song on the record, Found Out About You. Allison Road, another good song. 29, You'd Think I Know Better, Living Like a Kid. These guys were doing a lot of drinking. They're from Tempe, Arizona, very good college town, as I understand. Um, Cheatin' has one of my favorite lines in it because it's such a bullshit line that a woman would never, ever accept. Um, I guess Jesse Valenzuela says, can't call it cheating because she reminds me of you. Do me a favor, try that one out. See how it works for you. It's like, well, I fucked her, but the whole time I was thinking about you. Um, I don't think she'll take that as a compliment. You might be dealing with, or he for that matter, I'm not dissing anyone's game, but yeah, try that one on for size. Tell me if it works. And if it does, tell me your methods because I'd like to know them. But anyway, best song, Found Out About You. Second best is probably Hey Jealousy, even though, it's a little overplayed probably at this point. So I'm talking about the new Miserable Experience by the Gin Blossoms and also Congratulations, I'm Sorry, which is their follow-up record to that one, I believe. I don't know what Shut Up and Smoke is, but I don't believe that was a record. It was not. I don't know what the hell that is. Is that a single? I don't know. Working a day job. Don't remember that song. Follow You down. Not only numb, another slow one. As long as it matters, slow one. Perfectly still, slow one. This one's kind of a fast one, kind of forgettable. I can't figure out good. Till I Hear From You. Marshall Crenshaw. Didn't know he was on that cut. Competition Small is also a very good song. Till I Hear From You had to be somewhere, whatever. Whitewash, okay. Memphis Time, they kind of had this country thing going on. It kind of worked. I think my favorite song is probably Till I Hear It From You, which is the most popular. As Long as It Matters, Follow You Down, pretty equal there. Some deep cuts here. Competition Smile. Perfectly Still and Not only Numb are also two very good songs. Memphis Time, check that one out too. Both these records from pretty much front to back will be pretty enjoyable if you kind of enjoy that power pop sound. I think this was after their lead guitarist killed himself. Yeah, Doug Hopkins. I've seen them 100 times, and somehow, no matter how many times I see them, they just bang it every single time. I don't know how they had two records, and then in 1999 they had their best of album, but I have it, and it's fantastic. So if you want to just skip and just see them all on one record, basically just that's kind of weird. Like you have two records, you could literally put every song just on the best of record. Maybe they felt it would be bloated. Doesn't matter. Good record. Check it out. This is probably Everything in Transit by Jack's Mannequin. So this is Andrew McMahon, who likes to change bands literally every week. He had Something Corporate before this. It's hard to believe this is 2005, by the way. He had Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness. I think he just went by Andrew McMahon. Once again, this is pop rock or power pop is what they call it. I don't know if that resonates with me. It's kind of more like emo pop to me. I remember he played at early in his career in Milwaukee at the big stage. I didn't see him that time. I've seen him several times afterwards. They said he was like a emo Ben Folds 5. Ben Folds 5, of course, their biggest song was about an abortion. So, an emo Ben Folds 5. But every single song in this thing is just fantastic. Dark Blue is probably the most like recognizable one if you're like a casual listener. Holiday from Real. I also, to be noted, rolling it back, he was going through cancer while writing and doing this entire thing, which is pretty amazing. Um, best deep cut on this one, I think, is "Rescued." Very sad, subtle song. Best song for me is it's probably the mixtape. Um, that is just a mood. He's talking about just being dirty as hell and putting on old T-shirts and trying to impress this girl with a CD he made, like he wrote it himself. But I don't believe she was too interested. But "Holiday from Real" is a great start-off track. There's just so much energy and emo angst and like sadness on this damn thing. But it's all up. It's like one of those things in a record we're going to talk about later where it's kind of reversed. There's happy music with very sad topics, right? "I'm Ready" is a great song. A lot of energy on that one. "La La Lie." "Dark Blue" is kind of I think supposed to be the single. There's not a bad song in this fucking thing. "Lonely for Her" is great. I don't know. I am slipping through. I am slipping through. Yeah, every single song of this one's great. Not "Lights and Buzz." No. There's a reason why that wasn't really on the record, but this is one of the ones where I can say it's a perfect record to me. I should have said that at the beginning. All of this is very subjective, but everything on this record is fucking great. And he really hit a home run with it. Actually, this next record, "The Glass Passenger," he had "Suicide Blonde," "Spinning," "Swim," "What Gets You Off." "The Resolution" is the best one in here. Also worth checking out, just not nearly as good. And then "People and Things," I think, had one hit song that I really liked off of it, but I was pretty disappointed otherwise. "My Racing Thoughts," yeah. So if you feel the need to look up all of Andrew McMahon's discography, it might be a little bit tough because he changes his band name all the time. But I would definitely tap into that if you're into kind of like the emo pop sphere. This is one that was probably one of my favorite records from last year. Do they have the track list? Yeah. This one is a "Trauma Factory" by Nothing Nowhere. It's like an emo rap pop alternative made in a lab baby. And it's great and big, so maybe it's like a made in a lab baby that is like fat. I don't know, but it's great. Anyway, this actually came out in 2020. I thought it came out in 2021. It was. And about March, maybe a little bit after March, I started doing a lot of exercising. I played this record while exercising over and over and over and over. It was kind of just like on a whim mentioned. Like, I was in a Discord and one of my friends told my other friends about this record, and he kind of was like, "Yeah, okay." And I was like, "Oh, that sounds interesting. Let me check it out." And glad that he mentioned it because it is fucking great. And he was kind of obscure before then too, and he's come out with "Pieces of You" fit perfectly. That song more recently. That song is great too. But let's look exactly. The single here is "Fake Friend," the 8th song. That song, "Love or Chemistry," "Upside Down," "Lights." "Trauma Factory" is just an interlude thing. All these songs are great over up to here. And "Death," he missed the boat on that one. It was like a punk thing and it was not good. But all these, yeah, man. I don't know who Misogi is, or if I even said that right, but okay. "Pretend," great. These all kind of bleed together for me. Not that they're bad, they just don't have like distinctive qualities. This is a newer record. I would definitely check it out. I loved it. It got an 8 out of 10 and a 6.6. So this might not be for some people. It's very poppy, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. But if you're into, it's one of kind of those emo rap pop things in its own kind of way. I don't think you think of emo rap as this. You might think of Peep. You might think of Juice. You might think of X, that kind of thing. But this is more kind of pop alternative, but with rap elements. Every song, too, look, 240, 235, 219, 259. So this is, I mean, quick stuff. "Fake Friends" it's just a bang. And I think everybody can really relate to, like, you don't need fucking fake people around you, right? So check this one out. Now we're kind of switching gears. So this is the Civil Wars. Barton Holler. I think it's technically Holler. My man, John Paul White. His father was with the Swampers, best known as the house band in uh, that place in Alabama with the records and such. Hello. If you want to play it a bit, we can, but I got to finish this. Um, what is the name of the fucking? It's a recording studio in Alabama. His dad was part of the Swampers. That's all you need to know. Anyway, this is like they call it country. It's won records for like being Christian. In reality, it's basically just alternative, folky, sad music. The best song on this record easily is Poison and Wine. No question. I don't know who these other people are who wrote this. Joy Williams, John Paul White, and then whoever Chris Lindsay is. Anyway, that song's great. Barton Hollow is a great song. I've Got This Friend, Salem Moore, To Whom It May Concern. Actually, yeah, okay. Falling is great. All these songs are just really nice, kind of ballady. Well, I hope you're okay and not sick or dying. Yeah, all these, and I guess they did a cover of Billie Jean. They did a really good cover of Between the Bars. Check it out on YouTube, the Elliott Smith track. But if you're looking for kind of like very sad stuff, they actually, Joy Williams, who made a really shit album, like a really shit album. It was supposed to be really poppy. Then she came back with a country album that was just fucking, it was a banger. It had Front Porch on it. That song is great. I can't remember the other one off that record, but great song. So yeah, they actually met at a songwriting competition or something in Nashville. And it kind of just blew up. And then, of course, they had internal turmoil and they don't travel anymore. This is their follow-up record. I think the song Dust to Dust was on an album for Whistle, Put Up the Sign, whatever. What is that? The Hunger Games? That was on the Hunger Games soundtrack. They did a cover of Disarm by the Smashing Pumpkins. Big song here is The One That Got Away. That one's a banger. Charlie Peacock. Who's this? He looks like a nice lad. Anyway, check out this band. Check out the first record, which was called Barton Hollow or Barton Holler. Yeah, man. Just hopefully that if they do blood work and stuff, you know, you're not you don't have high blood pressure or whatever. Down with salt. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, continuing on. This is the one that I truly regret that people only know one song from it. They only know Stacy's Mom, okay? Which, in its own right, is kind of kitschy, kind of stupid. But it's kind of a banger, okay? And also, this is... I always get way ahead of myself. Fountains of Wayne, Welcome Interstate Managers from 2003. Can't believe it's that old, too. Mexican Wine is a banger. Look at this thing. A from Spin Magazine. A minus. This is a fucking juggernaut. Bright Future in Sales is about him getting drunk and selling stuff. Hackensack, a sad song. I don't know that. Valley Winter Song, nice sad song. All Kinds of Time is like about being a quarterback. Kind of a stupid premise, but the song is good. Hey Julie's great. Ever Since You Hung Up on Me, I'm Hung Up on You. What a great line. Peace and Love is kind of a simple little 60s song. I'm seeing that there's a lot of like this power pop thread going through a lot of these things. And this whole record pretty much, the ones that I outlined, which are Mexican Wine, Bright Future in Sales, Stacy's Mom, Hackensack, Valley Winter Song, All Kinds of Time, Hey Julie, Hung Up on You, and sure, throw Peace and Love in there, are all great songs. You should check this out. It definitely has 60s influence on it. That's maybe why I like it so much. I'm trying to think, Adam Schlesinger, I think he just passed away. Does it talk about him passing away? Yeah, he died from COVID-19. Pretty sad. But he's really well known. If you ever saw the movie, let's see if I can find it here. He wrote the song. That's not what I'm looking for. That Thing You Do. He wrote the title song to That Thing You Do, called That Thing You Do, which is also a banger, and it's set in the 50s, 60s, maybe like right between there when they're trying to like they're kind of crossing over, just like like you still had some 70s stuff going on in the 80s and some 80s stuff going on in the early 90s. The decade was still trying to figure itself out. This kind of power pop song, it's a great song. Definitely should check it out. But the Welcome Interstate Managers from Fountains of Wayne is definitely the tippy top one that you need to check out here. All the bunch of great songs on that one. So this is one I couldn't decide. So we're just gonna go through it real quick. I feel like everyone should know Brockhampton at this point. Okay, I kind of came on late. I started with Saturation 3. We're gonna talk about the Saturation Trilogy 1, 2, 3. Although I do love Iridescence, especially like the ballad ones, like I Tanya, or Tanya, I suppose. And what's the other one? Shit, now I'm gonna have to go to. They don't have like just an Iridescence. Oh, this is all part of this. Tanya and San Marcos and Wait. Ooh, Wait is a banger, man. But let's talk about the Saturation Trilogy. Let's go to discography, go to Satch. What songs do we love on here? Gold, Star, Hella Boy Say, Tupac. I think I like Fake. I did a ranking of their songs. I can never remember Swim, Bump, Milk. Favorite song in this one is probably Milk. That one is very like honest. I love it. Some of these are bangers like Gold, Star, Boys. Swim is another really nice song. Bump is a banger. I can never decide which Saturation I like the best, but this one is definitely really good. These all, by the way, if you are unaware of Brockhampton, they released all three of these records in 1 year, 2017, and then boom, boom, boom. Feels like Ginger must have been at the end of 2019, yeah, because it kind of bled into. Satch 2, let's see what songs we got on here. Gummy, banger. Queer, banger. This is probably my least favorite one. Sweet. Sweet's the best song on this record, followed by Summer. I think I liked Tokyo too, but I just can't remember the exact business on that one. Least favorite Satch, but still a great Saturation. So you want to check out Summer for sure, Sweet for sure, Queer and Gummy. Gummy is the banger of the record. And finally, Saturation 3. My favorite song of all three Saturations, Boogie. That song will never not fucking slap. I don't know where Rommel and Jabari found those samples, but fuck, they bang hard. Zipper is fucking lit. My Name on here, can't argue with that. Bleach is great. I think I really went back and I listened to Alaska, and I like that song quite a bit too. After I kind of dropped the bag on my, or fumbled the bag on my track ranking, I want to make sure I revisited some stuff. Hottie is a great one too. So I think the best one's Boogie. Hottie is second, probably tied with Zipper. And Bleach is up there too. Check all these out. Really a shame that they broke up recently. Even their worst stuff like Iridescence. Now I can look here. Like I loved Wait, San Marcos, Tanya, all the kind of slower ones. Although New Orleans, Berlin, Where the Cash At, District, Jover, all good. Vivid, all good songs. I listened to this record over and over and over again too. I got into them around Satch 3 and then bled into Iridescence, and this is the one I was listening to a lot. I've seen them twice in concert. Amazing. Really sad that they're breaking up. I was going to see them when they were coming back to the ATL, but not so much. Anyway, this is a rap album, or 3 rap albums. The first one here, and now let's go with the second one. I don't want to talk about Kanye West as a person. If you haven't seen Genius, I would highly suggest it. It really helps get into his headspace. I really was I like new, like it's hard to not know Kanye songs, but I love Kanye now. And all of his music is, I shouldn't say all of his music. A lot of his music is really great. I think this is the best one. I probably should have blurred that actually. I might have to actually blur that. Anyway, but songs. Let's look here. What are my favorite songs on the record, if we can ever find? Okay. So I think the best songs are Dark Fantasy, Gorgeous, Power, All of the Lights, Monster, Runaway. Um, Look at that. The Wisconsin legend Bon Iver makes a appearance. I think he had some issues. Was that with Eminem or something? But Bon Iver, I love that guy. I love his story. But I think Dark Fantasy might be my favorite song right now. All the Lights is up there too. Runaway is great. Um, it seems really redundant or silly. I didn't know Bon Iver was on Monster too. Um, it seems really silly to sit here and talk about something like a beautiful, dark, twisted fantasy because it is so well known. I won't spend so much time on it. But if you just know like Power and All of the Lights and maybe Monster, um, spend more time on this. This is my favorite one of Kanye's. Some people could make a lot of arguments for the first record. Jesus Walks is a banger. After seeing Genius, I definitely want to look back on it. Yeah. And actually, I'll probably have to delete this VOD because that was on there. Can you have like animated nudity? I don't know. I'm not going to scroll back up. And I should have just had it on the bottom. It's okay. It's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye. This is going to be another 2 in a row. This is Charlie XCX's Charlie and How I'm Feeling Now. Charlie is considered to be the magnum opus. I like it quite a bit, but How I'm Feeling Now has some good songs on it. And I respect Anthony Fantano, but he did not care for it was a pretty mediocre rating for the newest record. I like it quite a bit. It's simple pop. I think he is probably juxtaposing to the other work, and then that kind of makes it hard to take it in its own space, and really you can't, maybe. Especially the song Lightning. I love the song Lightning. It's probably the best song on that record, but he seems to hate it, so, what can you do? He is great at what he does. He's great at reviewing, and I am a big fan. But still, he'll tell you this too. You gotta, it's subjective in some ways and not in others. But you gotta say what you like and kind of stand by it. And if he doesn't like it, it's okay for you to like it. Anyway, track listing. Next Level Charlie, banger. Gone, banger. Cross You Out, banger. Sky Fiera. I love to see her. Her and Kitten feel like came out with some really huge bangers and don't get a lot of notoriety, but I like her quite a bit. You might remember her. She was Baby Driver's mom from Baby Driver in that movie. So yeah, I don't like 1999 nor 2099. I shouldn't say they're just not the best songs on this record and shouldn't have got as much notoriety as they did. No click. It don't only click either, but Warm, Thoughts, Blame It On Your Love, White Mercedes, Silver Cross, I Don't Want to Know, Official, No Shake It, and No February 2017. But my favorite song is probably Blame It On Your Love. I think it was better when it was track 10 from her previous thing. Silver Cross is great too. I know Gone is, it's good. It's good. It's just not my favorite. Thoughts is a banger. Yeah. You basically Official, I Don't Want to Know, are kind of lesser songs, but they're still pretty good. I shouldn't say just as good. Good. And it's just great. It's just great. I like it a lot. I didn't know Clairo was on this song. Shout out to Clairo. I loved her first record, even though some people say she's like an industry plant or whatever. I don't know. She's making good music. Did she have Jack Antonoff produce her last record? I think he did. Whatever, it doesn't matter. This is a good record. And then let's talk about How I'm Feeling Now. Track listing. Forever, great song. Claws, great song. 7 Years. That's my favorite song. This is like a banger album cut. Detonate I thought was okay. Enemy is good. And then for the rest of these are But I don't think you can talk about one without the other. And also, I want to talk about 7 Years. It's my favorite song on there. Forever and Claws are probably the next tier. Probably someone would say these are the best songs, but I'm the one who's making the list, so we'll get rid of that. And now we are on First Witness by Alex Cameron. This is my favorite album of the last long fucking time. I do not even know how long. I can't believe this came out in 2017. I probably only became aware of it in 2018. But every single song on this thing is fucking mint. And poppy and weird in the best kind of way. They call it synth pop or indie rock. Yeah, it's great. It's fucking great. My favorite song is probably Running on a Lock, followed by Country Figs. Candy May, a lot of people like quite a bit. Stranger's Kiss is great. True Lies, I think, is the one about the Nigerian guy who he sends pictures of his beautiful eyes. It's a funny track. Stud Muffin 96. It should be probably prefaced by saying that basically Alex has a persona of like a creepy dude on the internet stalking for young girls. And it's such a weird thing to do, but it just like the songs are just so good. All these songs, Chihuahua, they're all kind of about the same kind of topical thing. Marlon Brando, great line. I feel like Marlon Brando circa 1999, so when he was fat and old and dying and shit, that's pretty awesome. Which one is the one where he says, basically, like, he went and got a $10 haircut, so so I went and got a $10 crew. Basically, he's talking about how the girl he's with is not that attractive, but, you know, she's a $10 view, which is scathing, but kind of cool at the same time. I forgot Brandon Flowers on that. Brandon Flowers, of course, of the Killers fame. There he is. But yeah, this whole record is just like a synth pop bop. It sounds like it should be like in a different time or something with really odd and strange observations and points of view. And I probably, yeah, I kind of did them in like an order of how good they are, I suppose. This one is right up there on the top. So definitely give it a check out. Now we're throwing it back again. We kind of did it in like a weird chronological order, favorite order type situation. But this is Elton John's Madman Across the Water. I listened to this thing so many times from front to back. So good. Let's talk about the best songs. Tiny Dancer. We all know Tiny Dancer. If you saw Kate Hudson in that movie that I can't remember right now. Whatever, doesn't matter. Yeah, you know about that song. Also, if you're Tony Danza, I suppose. Levon is a great face. Razorface, Madman Across the Water. It's probably the underrated album cut right there, but Levon is probably just a notch below Tiny Dancer. And then all these 5 songs, they're like not like amazing songs or anything, but they all just kind of fit a vibe. And they all have something about them that's very charming. Indian Sunset, I don't know how that actually ages. It was sampled by a rapper too. Do we know who it was sampled by? Oh, Ghetto Gospel by Tupac. I guess I should have probably known that. Anyway, the side one, this is like one of the best side ones of all time, but this is all kind of like a mood setter. Rotten Peaches, Hotel Baby in the Holiday Inn. Elton John was just so good. For me, this is my favorite record. Some might be talking about Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Is it Daniel? Is it the one where he's like the guy and the horse? Honky Chateau? That's not the one I was thinking. What was the one I was thinking? Not that one. Okay. Yeah. Not that one. Caribou? Okay, that's another one. Wow, look at those pants. Captain Fantastic, the Brown Dirt Cowboy. There you go. Yeah. But we're not talking about that. Gotta make sure not to back up too far. There we go. We're talking about Madman Across the Water. Go check it out if you're into classic rock, I guess. He had a lot of great rock songs, and I think a lot of people kind of miss out on that. Tiny Dancer, though, of course, is on this, and Levon. I almost said Levon Helms, which would have been weird. But anyway, we're down to our last 2. I'm going to take a drink. Yeah, that hits the spot. Anyway, Punisher by Phoebe Bridgers. This is my album of the year for 2020. and I am an S word for Phoebe. She is just the fucking greatest person, personality, musician. If you're unfamiliar with the name of the album, it's about how she calls herself a Punisher for basically like never-endingly talking about Elliott Smith. It's to the point where I don't know what's going on with my camera. Like people will get like upset with her because it's just like, please stop talking about this person. But she also says the people who like stay after at her shows that are trying to like mob her, those people are Punishers too. And I love that terminology. But the songs on this thing, man, the thing that's so beautiful about it is every time I've seen her twice, and both times were ruined, by the way. But I'm going to see her a third time. I really have high hopes for that. Never go to see music that there are people who will bring it down. Never do that. Just go by yourself. Don't be afraid to go see music by yourself. DVD menu is not a real song. It's just kind of a like. I think it's the sounds that are made on the menu. I always skip it. But Garden Song is a good song. It's not my favorite song. I really love the music video, and of course, hi, looking cute in the skeleton onesie. Kyoto is the smash. Punisher is, well, they're all slow ones, but other than Kyoto, I guess. Punisher is about Elliott Smith, slow one. Halloween is about being with your significant other and I guess like the masks we wear and things like that. Chinese Satellite has a banger. Thought I could feel you through the walls, but that's impossible. Great line. And the way that she structures it makes it all the more impactful. It's a song about basically not understanding your place in the universe and running as well. Yeah, she really hates running from what I understand. Moonsong, really, really sad song with some great lines too. You let me in and now my feet can't touch the bottom of you. Field, something like that. Great song. Really nice slow song. Savior Complex. This has never been my favorite song. I could say almost all of these have been my favorite song for like a window. But I don't think Savior Complex has been. But it's still a good song. ICU is about Marshall Vore, her drummer, who she dated for a while. Great lyrics on this one too. You're a work of art. I'm standing too close. I can see the brush strokes. Pretty nice. Talking about, when you're from far away, it seems like things are great. But when you look at things more closely, they're more complex than you think, right? Graceland 2 is about Julian Baker, I believe. And it's another beautiful song about, I think it's a lot about her family issues and mental issues and stuff. And some really great lyrics here. Really touching. Nice friendship. Her, Lucy Dacus, and Phoebe have a really great cohesion there. Obviously, they have the super group Boy Genius. Phoebe just likes to put out music like a fucking crazy person. If you haven't heard If We Make It Through December or her Iris covers, you should do that. They are great. I Know the End. This was my favorite for a while. I feel like there's kind of like an existential review of just the world in this song, and just about how there's like a flash of all these things going on, and you're only kind of like watching it as you go. But a haunted house with a picket fence to float around and ghost my friends. It's my favorite lyric of the last 10 years, probably. I'm in love with Phoebe Bridgers, and you should be too. I watch, anytime I see her on a YouTube video, I have to watch it. I have to like be all about her tweets, all that kind of stuff, all the stuff she's doing. She is fantastic. Probably my favorite musician, living musician. She could put out an album of her farting and I would listen to every second of it. And then for my favorite musician of all time, Phoebe Bridgers' muse, we have Elliott Smith, Either Or. I would say that Either Or is a very difficult album to get all the way through because it's very sad. Almost all of it is sad. This is his best album in my opinion. You could talk about his self-titled Elliott Smith or Roman Candle or EXO or what's the last one? The mural in the background. Figure 8. Yeah. But this one, I think, for my money, is the best. The other ones have better production, all that kind of stuff. The ones before were more raw. But this is kind of like, I feel like the highlight of Elliott's career, the best stuff he was making. Speed Trials, decent song. Alameda, decent song. Ballad of Big Nothing, good song. Between the Bars, very good song. Pictures of Me, very sad. No Name Number 5, also very good. Rose Parade, I feel like is one that people talk about a lot because of the. I think there's a Pasadena Rose Parade that everyone talks about. Angelus, this is the song that got me on to Elliott Smith in the movie The Girl Next Door. It's kind of a weird place to pick him up, but I was like 19 years old, feeling very displaced. This song really resonated with me. And then like there was like months where he'd randomly I just hear an Elliott Smith song and just like, who is this guy and what's going on and why is he in everything that I'm watching or listening to? And I just started like consuming his music, like that fat guy from Seven, the glutton guy, that they forced him to eat like pasta. That's me, except with this guy, with Elliott Smith. Cupid's Trick, sad song, 2:45 in the morning. Great song, and then Say Yes. I would say Say Yes and Between the Bars are probably and Angelus are all probably tied for like the best song on this record. Angelus just has his incredible guitar playing. Say Yes is a very straightforward love song, but yet things are complicated. And in love typically, and I think he kind of comes through with that. And Between the Bars is also just a song about. I don't know. I always have this like picture. It's about bars, like where you drink, but I also feel like he's also held back, like there's prison bars or something too. Haunting. Some of these songs have haunting, beautiful lyrics. And I think that's the thing he and Phoebe have kind of in common. They have these like really lyrics that just cut straight through, and really like get to you. And I think that's pretty wonderful. And this is going to be the last one on the list. Like I said at the beginning of the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you didn't like it, please thumbs it down. Because if you had that visceral reaction, at least I'm hitting you somewhere, At least you feel something. And you know what? That makes me happy. There will probably be a follow-up video to this because I was kind of just looking through, music that I have on my playlist and stuff. And saw that, I only got to like E or something, right? So there's going to be plenty of records that I can still talk about. If there's a record that you really like, please share it with me. I'd love to listen to it. Okay, I will see you next time. I don't know what I'm going to do for the next day. This video is coming out Sunday or Monday. And I will not premiere it like I did with the other ones because I didn't know what that meant, and now I do. So anyway, have a good one. See you next time. Deuces.